Welcome back to Suja South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today you join me in yet another Volkswagen. Today I have the Volkswagen Taigo here. So this car, price as standard. This is the R line, so top of the range. You're looking at 489,000 rand. This vehicle. Before we speak about this vehicle, let's speak about Change Cars. What is Change Cars? Change Cars, online platform where you can buy, sell your vehicle, even inquire about a vehicle you're looking to buy. They'll advise you properly where to go. And if you have, well, you can't say you have the previous Taigo because you don't have. This is the first generation Taigo. So if, for example, if you have a Polo and you're looking to upgrade to something that's like a Polo but slightly higher, slightly bigger, and that's the Taigo, go to Change Cars, they'll advise you properly, and then you just buy the vehicle. So let's speak about the look of the vehicle in front. What do I think of it? Honestly, in front, it looks amazing. My favorite part about this car is the LEDs. The LEDs look so nice. And this has the light bar. You can't see it now, obviously, because it's light. But trust me, it has the light bar. If I do get time, I'll shoot maybe some night shots and show you the light bar. I love the look of the car in front. It looks very aggressive. And it competes with the likes of the Honda HR-V that we tested a video ago, or yeah, you know what I'm talking about, a few videos ago or a video ago, depending what I drop first. So I like that about this vehicle. It competes with that car, and this car is slightly lower than the Honda HR-V. This one is more planted to the ground. So I thought size-wise it would be the same size as the Honda HR-V, but it isn't. So what this car has, it has black accent, and that's called a black styling package. It's an optional extra at VW. So in front, this part is black. The part where it's black, it normally be chrome, and then on the sides, you're looking at the wheels are blacked out, 18-inch alloy wheels. Then the mirrors are also blacked out, and then everywhere else around here, this would normally be chrome, but in this vehicle is black. Now I've told you about the look of the car in front. Let's go to the back. I just showed you my t-shirt. Let's go. So now the look of this car at the back. If you follow me on Instagram, the Switch Off page, we attended the public launch of this vehicle, and I did mention that I'm a bit uneasy. I'm not sure about the look of this vehicle at the back, and I am still not sure about the look of this vehicle at the back. But in this blue with the black styling package, I like it. But I've seen a white one without the black styling package, and it is an R line. It looks very weird. So this part is blacked out on this one, but on the ones that don't have the black styling package, there's chrome surrounds, so it looks a bit weird. I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but at night, you guys can see it now. At night, this bar lights up just like the light bar in front. Same thing at the back, but with the rear tail lights. So the look of the car at the back, it is okay. So now I just hopped out of the Honda HR-V, and if you watch that video, you know that the boot is electric. So first thing I did when I got this vehicle is putting things in the car. I did this. Then I'm like, oh, so the boot is not electric, as you can see. But what I can tell you, obviously the boot is always packed in my car, but what I can tell you is that this boot, it is much bigger than the Honda HR-V. That's where this is superior. But in terms of space, interior space, let me take you inside and let me tell you which one is better, interior. And then, yeah, let's jump inside. Jumping into the interior of this car, first things first, this car is like the Polo R line we tested. Click the link in the description box below to see that video. So interior wise is literally the exact same as the Polo, because this is kind of based on the Polo. It's basically a raised up Polo, and I don't mind that. They share the same engine power as well. So now let's speak about how easy it is to live with this vehicle in terms of interior. So here you have the haptic feedback things, and I always tell you guys how I don't like it, but in my Polo video I did mention that I don't mind just this part being haptic feedback. I know on the GTI variants this is haptic feedback, touchscreen, all of that, but here buttons. I love that about the car. Now let's speak about space over here. It's like the Polo. Honestly, there isn't much space where I am and at the back of where the rear seats basically. But I'm comparing it to the Honda HR-V we recently tested. That one much bigger inside. You do see where the size difference is. So I took a picture side by side. I might include that picture. So just pay attention to the mirror of this car and the mirror of the Honda. You'll see that the Honda is significantly bigger, and obviously it being bigger, interior it will be bigger, but this car's boot is bigger. So boot, this is bigger. Interior, the Honda is bigger. But where would I rather be between the two vehicles? I'd rather be in here in terms of what this car has to offer here and all of that. But what I like about those vehicles is that Type-C cables, 2 here, 2 at the back. Honda, 1 up front, not Type-C, old type of system, same thing at the back. So Honda needs to work there, but this one I do like. Now let's speak about 3 things I don't like and 3 things I do like. And we know how we do this side. We start with the bad. First thing I don't like about this vehicle is the turbo lag. Same thing I said in the Polo video. There is significant turbo lag, but I'll speak more about that in my driving impressions. The second thing that I don't like about this vehicle is the start-stop system in this car. It's very intrusive. So when you're slowing down to a robot, it wants to kick in before you come to complete stop. So the car does lag, it does feel like it wants to stall, and it's an automatic, so it shouldn't feel like that. And the third thing I don't like about this car is how sensitive the sensors are. I also mentioned in my Polo video, it's how all VWs are. Literally the surround sensors sensitive. Someone walks next to the car, they go off. A car passes too close to the car, they go off. A car reverses too close to you at the back, they go off. It's a good thing, but I don't like it. Let's go to the 3 things I like about this car. We need to go outside first. Number 1, let's get it. First thing I like about this car is the look of the vehicle in front. It looks amazing. It has the light bar. What more can you ask for? Second thing I like, come I'll show you. And the second thing I like about this car, it has to speak for itself. I don't need to tell you what this is. You guys know. If you don't know, stop watching my videos. Let's get it. Third thing I like about this car is the interior. How nice it feels to be inside. Everything is where you need it, simple to use. That's the third thing I like about this car. Now I've told you about the 3 things I like about this car. Now I need to tell you about the drive of this vehicle, and for that we need to hit the road. Let's get it. Now join me inside the Volkswagen Taigo for my driving impressions. And obviously this is a 1 liter. This car is literally exactly the same as the Polo that we tested. It gives you the same power outputs, and it gives you the same turbo lag, but obviously when it's your car and you know it, you should know that the turbo lag will be there, so you know what you're getting yourself into, and over time you know how to deal with it. I'm being a bit too harsh on it because my job is to drive cars for a living, so I jump out of different cars week in, week out. So obviously I will be a bit hard on this vehicle because I am not used to it per se. But if I had this vehicle, I think within 2 weeks I'd get used to it. I would know what to do, when to do it. So I am not really going to be harsh on this car with regards to that. What I do like about this vehicle is that it has something in terms of the driving profiles or driving modes. So I can choose to be in eco, normal, sport, or individual. Individual meaning I can choose the way I want my steering to feel. Do I want it to feel at eco, normal, or sport? I can choose my adaptive cruise. Do I want it on eco, normal, or sport? I can choose my engine. Do I want it on eco, sport, or normal? And I can choose, last thing I'm forgetting, my aircon. Do I want it on eco or normal? So with this vehicle, because these things like this are used on performance vehicles. This car is not a performance car, so those profiles you really won't use them, because I don't see why you don't drive this vehicle like a performance car. It is not a performance car. But one profile you'd use is the individual setting. So when this car is in eco, the steering wheel for me is a bit too light. Like, it's for even my videographer was saying it's a bit too light, and I do agree, it is a bit too light. So to counter that, you go into individual, put everything on eco, and then the steering you put it on sport, so the steering becomes a bit heavier, becomes much better. So I do like that about the car, the different driving modes. And you're looking at a 7-speed DSG box, works amazing. Literally, I have no complaints. In terms of gearboxes, you guys know this is the gearbox I love. CVTs I don't like at all. This one I love. So now fuel efficiency, this vehicle I've been averaging 6.16. You can, on highway cruising, can easily get into the 5s. I'll put in the description box below what VW claimed this fuel efficiency to be. It's slipping my mind right now, but I've been averaging around 6.16, and then I know if I go on highway, lock it at 120 adaptive cruise, can easily go into the 5s, just like the Polo. So fuel efficiency, it gives you what you want, how you drive it. If you pop the car into sport and drive it like a madman the whole day, it'll be like, okay, let me give you what you want, and it's gonna tell you fuel efficiency. But overall, this vehicle, perfect city run around, also perfect for long distance, surprisingly, because it has the space. Literally, if you're looking for a Polo but something bigger than a Polo, this is what you need to get. It'll give you what you want when you want it. I'm using that phrase a lot because this is one of the vehicles that give you what you want when you want it. In terms of space, it has boot capacity. You'd only struggle with rear leg room, but depending on how tall you are, I can sit behind myself, but maybe with just a few meters left, or not a meters man, just a few centimeters left. But overall, this car does get the job done. It will give you what you want when you want it. But it's time for me to tell you in terms of recommendation. Do I like the car? Would I buy the car? And would I recommend the car? And it's very interesting, very interesting. Which one would I buy between this and the recently tested Honda HR-V? And I think you guys want to stick it for that one, so I can tell you which one I would get. Nation, literally, this is the Volkswagen Taigo. It is a Volkswagen. You know what you're getting yourself into. This car gives you what you want when you want it. So the price of this vehicle, this one, because the R-Line starting price is 486,000 Rand, and depending on how you spec it, can easily go over 500. Close to 6, it won't touch 6. This one literally has every single thing you can think of, and I'm sure this one, with that, you're looking at around 550, 560, not too sure. But the range of the Taigo starts at 430,000 Rand, and that is a good offering looking at how cars are right now. So I asked myself this question: do I like the car? Would I buy it? Would I recommend it? Do I like the car? Definitely. Would I buy it? Definitely. Would I recommend it? Yes, I literally just recommended it now. So I asked myself this question at the previous video, the Honda HR-V. Literally asked, I said, which one would I take, the Honda HR-V or this one? And if you watch my Honda HR-V video and you're watching this one now and you're here, I think you can answer that question yourself. I'm not gonna say it, but I think you can answer it. Honestly, actually, let me say it. I would take this one over the Honda HR-V. But if you're looking for space, the Honda HR-V gives you a bit more of that. Looking for reliability, less problems, the Honda could give you that because it doesn't have the DSG gearbox, it doesn't have the turbo. So you're less likely to replace those things, and if you're looking to keep the car for plus 5 years, the Honda should be the one to go for. But if you know you're going to keep it minimal years, change it, this is the one to go for. Which one would I go for? This one. But yeah, I'm Nicky Nash from Switch South Africa. I hope you guys did like the content.